Hello, what's going on? How is everybody doing? Happy New Year to all of you. I'm not sure if I've checked in with you since then, but if I haven't, Happy New Year. Hope you guys are doing well. Hope the start of your year is going well. Tonight's video is going to be really quick, and this is just a follow-up to the post that I had put in Let's Talk Magic about a weight loss spell that I am currently working on. I haven't actually completed it, but I am working on it. I get asked about weight loss spells a lot, and I kind of am cautionary with them. I don't really give a lot of weight loss spells because I find that sometimes people that are still learning or still on their path haven't quite mastered being very specific in their request. And weight loss spells, they can be effective, but you want to make sure that you do them properly and that you focus the right intention so you don't end up having an adverse effect. What I mean by that is, and not to scare anyone, but I know of situations where individuals have been, very adamant and really wanting to lose some weight. Sorry, you guys, there's like noise going on out there. Really wanting to lose some weight, and that weight loss came from a way that they wouldn't have wanted it to. So you don't want, something tragic or undesirable to occur, and, it's like, well, you lost a limb. There you go. That's a form of weight loss. No, we don't want that, okay? And I'm not saying that to be facetious, but these things can really happen when you're dabbling in magic. So I have done a lot of research. I have kind of been trying a couple of different things, and I did this spell, not for weight loss, but I did this spell many years ago when I wanted to stop eating meat for a period of time, and it actually really worked. I was kind of surprised, like, oh, I found myself not craving it, kind of being repulsed by it for a period of time. I didn't keep it up, but it did initially help me kind of jumpstart my detox. So I do think that this will be very effective. There are two different ways to do this spell. I will explain both of them to you. It's extremely simple. You can do one or the other. You can do them both if you'd like, or you can do one and then follow up with the other one, depending on the results that you get, okay? My recommendation, one isn't better than the other. I say do whichever one is going to be the easiest for you, whichever supplies are the simplest for you to obtain. I think some of the most successful spells are the ones that are the simplest, that we don't stress over. So, you don't have to run out and spend a whole bunch of money. Don't stress out if you can't find a particular candle. You just want it to be real simple. Get the candle, get the supplies, stuff you may already have, and just do the work. Okay, so first and foremost, the best day to do this spell is going to be on a Saturday, and it should be done during the waning moon phase. The waning moon phase starts the day after a full moon, which is why I decided not to do the spell. I want to wait till the full moon. However, the second option, you could do it during a waxing moon, but I think doing it during a waning moon will be more successful. So you will need a yellow candle. Yellow, of course, symbolizes success. It's also the color of fat. Okay, and you want to dress this candle with a banish oil, because essentially we are trying to banish bad habits. And I should just say, weight loss spells are not this is not a miracle solution, okay? You're not just gonna magically, start losing weight because you burned a candle. Just like with taking a diet pill, it can help support you in your journey. It can help suppress your appetite, but it's not going to just magically melt the weight off. If it could, I would have been skinny a long time ago, okay? But this can definitely help support you in your, whatever your health or fitness or whatever your goals are. So you want to get yourself a yellow candle. You want to get a banish oil. I have one here. This is one that I make. Eucalyptus and chili pepper is very good for banishing. That's two of the ingredients that's in here. So if you don't have a banish oil, or you don't have an occult store, you can use some eucalyptus essential oil and get yourself some red chili pepper. Or that particular banish oil, if you do want that one, it is available on my website. You can also get yourself some eucalyptus leaf, the dry leaf, and just crumble that up. And when you're dressing your candle, if you're using the glass candle, you want to anoint with your oil and your herbs in a counterclockwise. So you want to go backwards. What that does is we are removing the cravings, we are removing the fat, we are removing the unhealthy habits that got us to wherever it is that you are in your physical shape. On the candle, you have the option of either writing what it is that you want to get rid of. So whether, you know, if you're like a late night snacker, or you have a sweet tooth, or me, I'm a wine girl. I love drinking my wine, but it is like definitely counterproductive to trying to get into shape and just kind of, you know, shed a little few pounds. Whatever it is, you can either write that on the candle. Your other option is to get yourself either a piece of parchment paper or a paper bag. If you don't have any of the two, just regular plain school paper, and write all of those things down. Place it under your candle, and when it burns down, you want to burn that paper, symbolizing you are getting rid of those unhealthy habits, okay? So that's one way to do this. The second way to do this is using a skull candle, and skull candles are used for what's called head work. I've had success using skull candles on myself personally. So this would, of course, represent yourself and just your own, you know, your thoughts and the decisions that you make. We, you know, live in a world where we are tempted by things. Some of us have family and spouses that we live with that, you know, you come home and someone has baked a cake, or you come home and they have cooked, you know, something that is just not really conducive for your weight loss journey. So what the purpose of using this is just that, to change the way you, well, number one, change the way you see yourself, and number two, change those decisions so you don't fall into, oh, fine, I'll just have a little bit. No, you know you need to cut it out. This is going to help you with that. And I think that's kind of my thing when I'm trying to diet and stuff like that, is I'll be like, oh, well, I'll just have a little piece, but every little piece counts. You see what I'm saying? So with this, if you can find a gold skull candle, go for it, or a yellow one. If you can't, use white. And that's why I was saying, don't stress out. Like, I came upon this by accident in a little store. I truthfully don't even know where to tell you guys to get one, but if you so happen to come across one, or try Amazon, otherwise just use white and do the same thing. Dress it with the Banish oil, use some eucalyptus, and use either whole cloves or clove powder. If you're going to use whole cloves, I would probably stick about, I would stick maybe 9 in, so you want to stick them like on the top the best that you can, or clove powder. If you don't have clove powder, then you can use licorice root, and licorice root can normally be found in a local health food store. So Whole Foods might carry it. You can find licorice root tea and just open up a tea bag and use it that way, or just order a small one. mountainroseherbs.com has some, or just order some from Amazon. And you'd still dress the candle the same way. You would still write your piece of paper and place it under here. This candle, I have been having it sit on my altar for a few days, and I'm going to dress it and I'm going to work it. So that's kind of the difference with a skull candle versus one of these. When you're doing head work, you have to work that candle. So that means every day I'm going to take this candle and I'm going to hold it, and I'm going to think about the things that I want it to help me do. So, you know, cutting back on the wine, making better decisions, motivating myself to get up and work out every day and not kind of slacking off. So that's going to be the purpose of this. And I'm going to program this candle every day, and then I will light it on the 31st and let this burn during the waning moon, excuse me. Now, a flip side, if you're like, I don't want to wait, I want to get started, you can still do this during the waning moon, but the difference is you're not going to dress it for banishing, you're going to dress it for being successful in your journey. So what I would use for that would be like a Crown of Success oil. If you don't have a Crown of Success oil, I would do like a sweet orange oil. A rose oil can be used also. And I would use some angelica root. That's also known as master root. So that's kind of like the opposite way of doing this, so that you're successful in whatever it is your goal is for your health and your fitness and your weight loss. So those are the two ways to do this. These are very simple and extremely effective spells. I will maybe do another video letting you guys know how it goes. I'm very excited. I've been literally researching for a couple of months to figure out the right way of doing this, so that I don't have, you know, I don't necessarily believe that spells backfire, but I just want to make sure that I do it right so I get the results that I want and I get to keep all my limbs. All right, you guys, I hope this has been helpful. If you have any questions, you can let me know. I think it's kind of pretty straightforward. And worst case, if you can't find a glass candle and you can't find a skull candle, yes, you can use another form of candle as long as it's going to be either yellow or white. So stick candles, votive candles, but this is something that should be done over a course. I would do it for 7 full nights. So 7 nights, get yourself 7 candles, burn one each night. You have to be dedicated, just like anything else, but this will definitely help you. I'm super excited to do it. So thank you so very much for tuning in tonight, and I will talk to you guys soon.